We're here with Emily Vitti, the head volleyball coach at Framingham High School. This is Kelvin's second year. Tell us, it was kind of humorous the first time you heard about the legend of Kelvin.
Yeah, so the kids were coming down saying, did you hear about this new transfer, like 6'7" kid from Puerto Rico, he's really good. Obviously the first time I met him, you can see he's not 6'7", but he's a very good, talented player, probably one of the most talented players that I've seen come through Framingham. I think he's one of the best in New England, easily. So the first time I met him, I was pleasantly surprised.
What was it about him, because you said the first practice, hey, I could tell right away. What was it that jumped right out at you?
He's technically sound. So a lot of kids in Massachusetts and New England, they start playing when they're freshmen. He did the same thing. He's been playing in Puerto Rico. I think the training is just at a higher level, so his technique is on like exactly where it should be, still being such a young player. That's impressive. And to mention, he's a bigger kid, so he's got a heavy hand. So you hear him hit the ball, and it's a significant sound, which is different than a lot of players. So now we're going to serve 25, tip it to 25, right? Yesterday we had some trouble doing that, so you need to put yourself in game situation, right? Step back, take a breath, and then think about where you want that ball. I want you to try to serve every deep spot on the court, right? And then I want you to start just focusing on getting that ball in and lower and more powerful every single time, okay? We can't have what happened yesterday happen to us again. Against any team, never mind against that team, okay? All right, here we go. Grab a ball, tip it to 25, everybody counts.
The one thing we hear from everyone is that he not only is he a good player, but he's a good kid.
Yeah, so that was my first. I think me as a coach, my priority is that the kids are nice kids, and you hear about this really great kid coming into your school, I'm thinking this kid's going to be a headache for me. And he's been like a complete joy to work with, very humble, with me, very coachable, which is interesting because you think at such a high level and playing in the area that he plays, you would think that he would be just thinking like I'm the best and no one can teach me anything, but he's always asking for feedback. He's always trying to help his teammates get better, but always looking to myself, Coach King and Coach Falcone are the assistants with us, always asking for feedback. So it's really, it's been a pleasant surprise to not be working with an egomaniac and a kid who really just wants to get better, every day wants to get better. So.
Thanks so much. We're here with Kelvin Rivera, the star volleyball player here at Framingham High School. How does a nice young kid like you wind up from Puerto Rico to Framingham?
Well, so since I started to play volleyball, my dream story was to play on the NCAA. It doesn't matter if it was D1, D2, or D3. So I talked to my dad, who had been living here since like 2007, and he let me move here like about last year, and that's where everything come from.
What was the toughest adjustment you had to make here in Framingham?
So first of all, it was the language. I started to speak English last year, and then my culture, it was way too different, and I came here straight to play volleyball, and I emailed the coach before I got here, and she told me that when I get here, then we can talk, and we talk about volleyball, which one is a tournament in fall that we play every single Sunday. And I played volleyball before I came to school, and that I feel like that helped me to like meet more people before I get here. Yeah.
As far as school, you're going to Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
What was it about Sacred Heart that convinced you that that was the place for you?
The team, the coach. The coach, a really, really cool guy. He's a young coach, but he knows a lot about volleyball. The team is a really young team. They have just about one senior, and the rest of the team, they're really nice. I started overnight, and I loved it. The campus and the main thing, the food. I love the food there. They have a nice ice cream, so that was pretty important for me.
How did you get started in volleyball in Puerto Rico?
So on my school, I saw them playing volleyball, and my sister, she had been playing volleyball basically since she was like 7 years old. So I wanted to play, and then I talked to my mom, and she talked to a coach, and I was like this tall, like about 4 and 10, and he put me as a setter, but then he saw that I didn't have any hands to set. So that's when I came to outside hitter, so I started in the bench, and then I started to develop with the years.
So outside hitter, that's your position?
Yeah, that's my position. Yeah.
As far as coming in here, describe the type of competition here in the States.
Well, the competition is pretty good. Usually in Puerto Rico, everything was different because for the school, private school give you scholarship, so the team's always gonna be good. Same with club. But here, since there's no scholarships based on where you live, it's a pretty nice level. I love it. It's not the best one, but right now it's getting better every single year, and I have seen that since last year. And this year, a lot of a lot of school had new teams, and I saw the club this year, and they got so much better, and it's getting much better.